Yeah, okay, it's tea with GaryVee, sipping empathy. I know patience is the key, putting out all of my shit for free. This is tea with GaryVee. Might go make a flip, take a risk.
Good morning. Good morning. 421. A wonderful Tuesday in April. We are now fully in it. And we are fully into tea time. The tea is in the building. And we are fully into this quarantine and COVID and things of that nature. And I hope everybody's families are super well and doing as best as they can. And I thought yesterday was a monster of an episode. And let's see if we can get an hour's worth of great stuff today. So first and foremost, like always, please take a screenshot of this right now and share it on your Twitter. And if you're watching on Facebook, hit the reshare button. That would be amazing. And if you're on YouTube, tweet out that, and let's get some awareness going. Share with your Facebook group. Let's have a great show. Dustin, thank you for being on the ones and twos again. And let's just get right into it. Heidi.
Hey, Gary. Hi. Good
Hi,
morning. Is it
Good
morning
morning
over there?
Yes, it is. How are things?
It's okay. It's really weird. I think I'm seeing things right now because of the whole quarantine thing. But I know we don't have a lot of time, so I just want to get into it. Obviously been a big fan of yours for years, and I know you've worked with a lot of entrepreneurs. You've mentored, consulted, and give tough love to a lot of entrepreneurs. I guess my question would be, from your experience talking to a lot of entrepreneurs, what do you think, if this is valid, is the number one thing that you notice is holding back a lot of female entrepreneurs specifically, as opposed to just male entrepreneurs?
The truth is, I don't see, I interact with obviously a lot of men and women and different income levels, races, there's always nuances, obviously, insecurity is always, and judgment is always an incredible driver, but like plenty of white males that grew up in America have massive insecurities because their moms or dads implemented it. So, I think that sure, there's thematics. I hear constantly the excuse of like, well, Gary, I have to look good to make a video from more women than men. Like men say they've got to like look the part or otherwise they won't be respected. Like you hear certain things, but the truth is, it's pretty universal. It's people want things too fast. They actually don't love their business. They love money from a business to buy things they want. That destroys entrepreneurs because they're not entrepreneurs. They're in it right now because it became the thing. No different. Those same people 20 years ago would have been doctors and lawyers and dentists and architects or whatever the money brought to it. What has happened with entrepreneurship over the last half decade is, people think that's where the money is. And so you have a lot of people going into it who don't love it. A phenomenon that became obvious to me when I got into Vayner Sports. So many athletes actually don't love their sport.
Yeah.
It's the place where they can make the most money. So, I think it's insecurity, or it's complete and utter addiction to buying things or having, and then it leads to insecurity, right? Because having a big car, having a nice clothes, having a big house, having that car that everybody thinks is cool, or flexing on a picture of the nice vacation you're on, oftentimes is just another indicator to insecurity that you need outside validation to, drive your happiness, and you're not able to deal with, criticism. And then now what you're going to see is a lot of entrepreneurs really fail because they just really didn't actually know how to run a business. It was really, their economics were upside down. They didn't save. They didn't make assumptions. They didn't strategize. And so that's something to think about.
Okay. And then my last question would be, just segueing off that is, talking about insecurity. How, I deal with a lot of people, and myself, I suffer from insecurity sometimes. Like, how do you, when you're faced with that, I have a lot of clients or colleagues that are insecure and I can come across as really strong. How do you like make sure that they like be aware of that and don't get defensive? Because that's my number one thing with just working with people. Like they get super defensive and then they just
It's tact. It's why I think I do what I do well. Like, it's delivering. I think most people that are candorous don't know how to deliver it with sugar.
Okay. Give some sugar. Yeah.
Of course. The reason this all works and this show works and I work is because I'm coming from a place of compassion and love and empathy and legacy, which leads to sugar. Most people, when they give radical candor or when
Yeah.
they shoot it straight, are actually coming from a selfish place. They're
Mhm.
giving radical candor that they hope they spend more money with them, or
Yeah.
you know, like they're coming from a selfish place.
Yeah.
So how do you make people not be defensive? Come from a place of love and selflessness. Humans are animals; they sense things. A lot of people think they can just be a bull in a china shop, and that might work for a little while, but long term, that is not a sustainable model, and you will lose your audience.
Mhm. Yeah, I've seen you do it many times. Like, you just dive in, but I can tell, like, you also tell them, like, what would work, and you also give them action items. So I can it's yeah.
Thanks
Well,
for being
thank you
on.
so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take care of yourself. Bye bye.
Bye.
Let's keep it going, Dustin. What's good, bro? You're on.
Okay, works with you.
Oh, there we go, Colt. You're on now.
Okay.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm well.
Good. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into what I want to discuss with you today.
Sure.
So I'm a sophomore in high school who I live in West Houston, and I've always been interested in the entrepreneurial scene and what you've been able to contribute to it. Starting a small business has always been something that's in the back of my mind, but it's never was something acted upon. But just recently, with the large amount of free time I've been given due to this coronavirus outbreak, I decided to take advantage of it. I decided to take your advice, stop saying no and start saying yes. So just recently, I created my own power washing business. Now, the only precautions I've taken so far to expand upon the creation of my business is through the distribution of flyers door to door throughout my neighborhood and through word of mouth. So my question for you today, Mr. Vanderchuck, is how? How do I turn a laptop, a printer, and a serious amount of work ethic into a business for someone on my age? A business that I can not only create money, but a large amount of knowledge from.
So first, step one, you never call me Mr. Vaynerchuk because I completely shut down. Definitely call me Gary.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm kidding, Colt. All right. So Colt, listen, I think a couple things. So the reality is you have a huge advantage. Number one by a country mile for your business, since it's a local business, is Facebook ads.
Okay.
I love the flyer hustle. It's really ironic. One of my first hustles for Wine Library was a flyer too. I barely used the computer that my parents bought me in late high school at the time, but like one of the things I did was print out a 20% off coupon for Wine Library and literally go to cars in the Short Hills Mall and put them on their window sills. So I love that hustle. The
Okay.
far better, if Facebook existed, I wouldn't have had to do that. And that's what I actually want you to do. I want you to really focus on Facebook ads. You can run them on a 5 mile radius, 3-mile radius. And the key to Facebook ads is you're going to go with people that live in your area, people that are of a certain income or some other target that lets you go to people that can afford what you're trying to sell. And then the real key is you need to make 25 to 50 different pictures and videos and find which one leads to the most phone calls or emails, and then cut out the 22 that don't do well and keep running the 3 that do well. But Facebook ads, Colt, will completely dominate for you.
Okay.
Every local service business, if you're watching right now and you're a landscaper, if you're want to go to people's a snow shoveler, if you know anything that's super local, pizza shop, a restaurant, Facebook ads are by far the best play to go. It will explode. I predict. I mean, you have to have the $500 to be able to run the ads. Do you right now?
Right now, I have about 300 to work with.
Awesome. So you need to take your Kansas City Royals shirt, take it off your back, put it on Etsy and sell it for $19. You need to literally go in your room right now. I'm being dead serious, by the way. You need to go in your attic, garage, basement, or your room, whatever you have. You need to sell everything you own that you don't like anymore. And then you need to figure out if anybody in your family is willing to give up other things that they don't use anymore. And you need to go ham on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, eBay, OfferUp, all that. You need to convert that into $1,000. And then you need to run these Facebook ads. And I have a feeling your business will have a real shot.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Do you have stuff to sell?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
A ton.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, bro, Colt, the number one thing that I know is every fucking person that's watching this show right now, 92% have $1,000 laying around their house. 1,000. And people come from low, even people with low, like this is a capitalist country. Even people that are bracketed in a lower income, they buy shit. You should have seen what happened this week on e-commerce. Everybody got their stimulus check of $1,200 and they fucking wasted that shit. This is a capitalistic buy shit country. So almost everybody watching, almost everybody. Obviously there's some homeless, obviously there's some real poverty line. Obviously there's some frugal, smart people that haven't bought shit, but the far majority of people right now in their closet, basement, living room have ungodly amounts of shit that they don't use anymore, that they don't care about. And if they convert that to flipping, you'll learn how to market on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and Craigslist, which will then help you market your power wash company. And you're going to have $987 instead of $300, and you're going to waste your first $100 to $200 on Facebook because you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and that's what we need. Got it?
Yep, sounds good. Thank you
All right.
so much.
Good luck, Hope. All right, here we go. Let's go. Katie, how are you?
What's up, Gary?
I love your
Hi.
shirt.
I wore it for you. I knew you'd like it.
I do love it.
How are you?
I'm well.
Good.
What can I help you with?
I have a question for you. It's really about, I'm thinking about passion, and I'm thinking about how passion is often I feel like a sign of passion is when you see the whole world through that thing that you're doing. Like you can understand people, you understand the world through that. And so you talk about your love of the game, and I want to know what that really is for you. Like I want you to go underneath that. Like what is the game for you actually? And
Can you give me 1 second? I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'll help reduce the awkwardness by saying nothing important.
I'm just drinking my tea.
All right, sorry about that. I had to get my mom set up properly. She's like trying to figure out how to
Oh,
listen
that's
and
good.
watch. All right, what is the game for me? I apologize because I
Yeah,
was
but what does
distracted for
that
a second.
actually mean? Like you're clearly
I
you believe
I
something about
genuinely,
human potential.
yeah, I genuinely like what I do. You know,
Right.
like the game for me is like I'd rather be building businesses. I'd rather be doing this right now than something else.
Mhm.
Like it's almost this crazy liberating thing where it's like, what if you could just do whatever you wanted, Katie? You know, like what would you do? And I think most people put work into this place of like, this is a requirement to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just what I've always wanted to do. It's why I struggled so much in school. Like all I would do is daydream about starting a business and I'm talking about 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade. Like I can't wait to get home and do this idea, or I can't wait to tell Robbie and Marissa we're going to do this, you know, or like, or oh my, and when baseball cards hit me, that was game over. Then it was so much to learn, you know, like, and memorize and then wine. It's just always like the interest, you know?
Mm-hmm. So for you, it's just about presence. Like it's about enjoying yourself in every moment, or
Yeah, it's,
would
you
you
know,
say that?
I like every part of it. You know, it's kind of like when I see those athletes, you know, it's why I associated with, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant so much. I genuinely could see from afar that he loved practice and
Yeah.
rehabbing injuries as much as he did scoring 82 points in a game. I
Right.
understand that. I enjoy last night, 9:40 p.m., being in a meeting, trying to find costs to save jobs at VaynerMedia, which is a devastating. You're literally talking about, okay, we have to do this, or Susie Magoo might have to be let go. And I know Susie Magoo. I know her mom has got cancer. I know that, you know, and so like these are devastating difficulties of being an executive and a leader during these times. Yet I love that challenge, even though that's not fun. It's much more fun when the world is not melting, when you aren't dealing with liquidity issues in the global economy, when you don't have to make those decisions. It's much more fun, you know, but at the same token, I'm up for that challenge. I do enjoy that. Just like it's not fun rehabbing, you know, a broken arm, but if you love it, if you fucking actually love it, if you know, all of
Yeah.
it. And to me, the stress and the accolades being on the front page of Inc. magazine, or being in a meeting last night at 9:40, you know, 14 hours into your day, making tough decisions, leading a group of other leaders who are probably want to be off the Zoom because it's 9:40 at night already. You know what I mean? Who are, you know, finding themselves working more, not less during this time. You know, that's real shit. And so to me, that's loving my game. People love entrepreneurship when it's convenient. People love being, you know, a lawyer when they litigate, but not when they, you know, are behind the scene. Like, and when you're that, you're vulnerable because then you're not completely, fully succumbed to that love, that process. That's what I mean when I talk about loving my game. Every part of it, not just the parts that are convenient, not just the parts that bring me what I want. People, like I'm telling you, the far majority of entrepreneurs that position themselves right now, because I've watched my whole life, like they love what entrepreneurship does for their clout, for their credit, for the potential of the boat they can buy with it. They don't love it.
Yeah. So in those moments, like I feel like people are becoming entrepreneurs because they have a thing that they want to do, right? But
doing a thing, yeah, doing a thing, you could do a thing without having all the baggage that comes with being an entrepreneur.
Right.
Or it could be a side hustle, or it could be a nonprofit, or you could be the number two to somebody who's already doing it in a way that you admire and is incredible.
Right.
Or you could have the humility to do it exactly how you want. It's your thing, but you just might make $49,000 a year. Some of the most successful entrepreneurs I know make $49,000 a year. It's because they love honey. They have 4 bee things in the backyard. They hand package it. They sell it for $71,000 a year with a ton of profit. So they make $49,000 and they're happy as fuck. They're just not fucking living their life with an Escalade and Vegas nights and private jets and that I admire way more than the people that are making pretend they're living that life.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that.
You see where I'm going? Like when people are like, well, but Gary, I have to see my vision through. I'm like, amazing. You could be an entrepreneur, see your vision through. But let's talk about the financial part, because you're overlaying that you need to also be a millionaire, and your passion and your idea and your ability as an artist and a thinker is high, but as a business operator to make $1 million with it, because guess what, Katie? If I started a fucking honey company, it would do $10 million.
Right, yeah.
Because I have the operations and marketing and all those HR, all the variables that lead to that. I just want people to be happy making $49,000 with their passion and loving all the process. Because I can tell you one thing I wouldn't love. I wouldn't love jarring up the honey.
Right. Okay. So that's kind of my question.
But I can make 10 million and afford to pay somebody to do it.
Yeah. Right.
I did my own social media. All you fuckers that are like, oh, you've got a team? Fuck you. I did my own social media for 8 years without anybody on my team because I loved it, which made me the best at it, which then let me be able to afford to hire it, which then enabled me to be able to judge if somebody was good at it because I fucking did it first.
Yeah. So that's where the patience kind of seems to come in, right? Like you have to make the jump to make the jump to make the jump. Okay.
That's why patience is so huge, because everybody who's struggling with what I'm just talking about right now, if they thought about in 15-year terms instead of 15-week terms, they would get excited about doing it. It would also put pressure on you to say, do you actually love this, or are you trying to make a quick buck?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Gary.
Take care. All right, let me say hello to some people. I fucking love this guy. I love you too, Colton. Crystal Mays, we are hopping. Mark Troutman. It is on her shirt. Big shout out to everybody on YouTube. I see you all. YouTube. Those comments flying in heavy. Let's keep it going.
Gary, can you hear me?
I can, Jeffrey.
Well, first of all, virtual knuckle bump, me to you. You're doing a great job. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. My question's about strategy, and at the end of the question, I've got 2 things I want to give you and 1 thing I want to ask in return. So first of all, strategy. I've been an independent guy. I'm 55 years old, career working for technology companies. 5 years ago, the company was sold. I was left holding a big bag of zero. And so I went out on my own. And I've been doing okay. In 5 years, built the business up, low 6 figures, me and a few contractors when I needed them. So it's been doing really well. Now, COVID has happened to all of us. Business is off more than 60%. I'm sure you can live with that. But it's given me, I survived 2000, 2001, when it was the dot-com bubble burst, followed by 9/11, which totally took me out, totally wasted me to ashes, right? So me and my beautiful wife, we were prepared for this, you know, because we're always prepared for this, right? So I'm in a good spot, okay? So that said,
Jeffrey, I apologize for interrupting. It's probably the thing I'm most excited about. Out of all the horrible things with this situation, the thing that I'm most excited about is in 2000 and 2001, you know, and I lived through that era as well, with the double punch of the dot-com burst in April and then 9/11, you learned. And so you changed your behavior. We're going to have an enormous group of under 30-year-olds that just learned that their influencer business or this business or that business. So that is something, I'm glad you brought that up. And that's something I definitely think is going to be a help, even though they don't know it yet, because it hurts to start over. But keep going.
Well, yeah. And let me just add on that, you know, all the people listening, this is going to happen. Something is going to happen again in your lifetime. So, you know, learn the lessons
multiple times
and move on. So I'm going to move here because I got the lawn guys who are being very inconvenient.
No worries.
All right. So strategically, what I did is I've taken pause and I'm looking back at the work I've been doing. And it won't surprise you this, but I found that 20% of the work that I was doing was high paying, super interesting work that was just thrilling and used every bit of what is me.
That's awesome.
And 80% of it was low paying, customers were kind of difficult to work with, and it was rote, and I was just, it got boring. So what I'm talking about doing for myself, and let me give you an example of that, you know, because when you start, you take every job. When you're starting your business, you say no to nothing.
Of course. I say yes to everything. And then
and
you start to weed off.
Right.
And how you weed off is a really interesting strategy. You know, do you command a, you know, line in the sand of a substantial growth in revenue? You know, I always say yes to everything up front. And then when you're at the maturity to say no, before you say no, you make an offer that they probably have to refuse by saying, hey, it's been very nice. Our contract's up. I need double to keep going. And what people will find is that 10 to 15% will actually double up, which is a nice thing.
Right. Well, you know, and one thing I found out that one customer, and this totally surprised me. My biggest surprise in year number 3, I fired my first customer. I said, we're just the wrong fit. I obviously I'm not right for you, and I've never thought I would ever do that. But my point being is that I want to have more of that 20% of the work and less of the 80% of that work from the past life. And so right now, I'm down 60% or more. I can't hurt my business. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm thinking is using this as the opportunity to reposition my brand and not eliminate the easier, smaller, lower paying work, but I want to emphasize and explode up the other end of this crisis.
You got it, Jeffrey. Your maturity and skills and learnings are there. You're not going to fire them. You're just going to spend 100% of your time getting more of that 20%, and over time that amortizes out, and then you'll have the leverage to cut that off. But that's exactly right.
Perfect. I like that. Now I've got 2 things for you. The 2 things I have for you. First is the all-in challenge. They won't let me buy. I live in Puerto Rico, and they have their delivery settings set so that they won't deliver to Puerto Rico. But
I think that's based on the auction and sweepstakes rules in America of what we can and can't take. So let me look into that. Or you have to use a surrogate, like I've seen a lot of people do. So thank you for bringing that up.
All right. The next thing is, you know, I know the number 5 is important to you.
Yes, very important.
All right. Did you know that in Latin Roman numerals, the number 5 is the letter V?
I sure do.
Okay.
I also know that my son's name is Xander with an X, and my nickname for him is 15 because he has XV. So I think that's
perfect.
Cool.
Nice job. Yep. And then if I could ask one more thing of you, you've been so generous. One more thing. If you would, I've started to rebrand myself. I started a podcast called The Jeff Effect. If you would just say, in any way you want to, this is GaryVee. Welcome to The Jeff Effect.
You got it. Hey, everybody, it's Gary Vaynerchuk, and you're listening to The Jeff Effect.
Awesome. I love you.
You got it.
Thank
Take
you
care,
so
brother.
much.
Stay well. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let's keep it going. I like Jeff's fake jab, 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 right hook. Let me give you two things that are just okay. And can I get in return something that's monstrous? I like the hustle, Jeff. That's why I gave it to you. Let's keep it going.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Adrian.
Good morning, man. I'm a big fan from Mexico. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
That Katie call hit me really hard. And it kind of makes like sense about my question. Yesterday, you were talking to a guy called Kevin about he didn't want his son to choose like a career that he's not passionate about. And my question is, how do you know when to change careers? Like, because
anytime you debate it, you already know. You already know. The fact that you asked me the question, I can tell you firmly that you should.
Yeah, but the thing is that I want to be 100% sure, you know, like
You are 100% sure. It's the question you decided to ask me.
Okay.
You're scared. You're worried about the ramifications financially, but you're 100% sure.
Yeah, like I know for a fact what I'm passionate about. I know for a fact what is my purpose in life. I know what I want to do. But the thing is, well, I chose.
Here's the good news. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish.
I chose. Well, I'm a medical student. And I chose medicine because, like, it was a good thing. Like,
your parents wanted you to, or you also are conservative and thought it was the right thing to do?
Well, my parents obviously liked the idea, but I am very, very passionate about health. But I don't know if medicine is actually like leading me to where I want to be. You know.
So So are you still a medical student, or are you practicing?
Yes, I'm a medical student currently, and
are you in debt, or are your parents paying for the school, or how does Mexico work?
They're actually very supportive parents. They have always paid for my tuition, my rent, my food, everything.
Wow.
So
do you feel guilt bailing now?
I don't want to disappoint them.
Of course. Well, what about you telling them that you'll pay them back after you make it in 13 years?
That's kind of the idea.
I think that's huge accountability, and I think that's a really interesting thing. And by the way, based on your parents already being in a place where they've done based on your vibes, I almost think there's a 80% chance they won't take it when that time comes. And there's probably 100% chance that you'll want to give it to them when that time comes. Now the question is, do you actually believe in yourself?
I do believe in myself. I actually.
Then I have your answer. You should change courses now. You should count up how much you owe in what they've paid for, and you should tell them that one day you'll pay them back. Shit. And then you'll be happy, and then you'll be a man standing on your own 2 feet, and you'll be pumped.
You know, I was hoping before the show that you would say that, so.
Then we're in a good spot. We won.
Yeah, I know. Like, I always hear your shows, and obviously you always talk about passion, and that Katie Cole actually hit me right.
That makes me happy. But listen, passion, legacy, destiny, like it all comes down to one thing. Life is actually remarkably simple. Good, bad, light, dark, positive, negative. Yeah. Everybody makes everything so complicated. Perfection, 100% sure. Other people's opinions, resentment, dwelling, thinking they can go into a time machine and fix something. It is only going forward. It is only positivity. It is only light. It is only make yourself happy. And, you going now, changing course and paying them back, even the offer of you paying it back is something your parents are going to be so proud of. However that conversation works out, whether you do or you don't, you're going to be and on your way. And the greatest strength is to change your mind. My friend, how? You have new data.
In what sense?
It takes courage to change your mind.
Okay.
You have new data to change your mind. You were a fucking child when you decided to go into medicine.
Yeah.
You now have the understanding that you don't like it as much. Changing your mind is the most powerful thing in the world, and people are petrified of it because they're worried about the judgment because of the story that they've created for their circle, that now they're changing it because they talked a big game, or people will think I wasn't capable. I quit on shit all the time that I'm more than capable of doing. I just don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's like, totally the thing. Like, I truly know I can finish it and everything, but
brother, I truly know that I probably could have gotten decent grades. I just didn't want to.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's actually happened to me right now. Like, I should be studying for finals, but I'm actually watching every video of yours, and
of course, because you don't want to do it. And I promise you, if you were working on your healthy food brand, if you were working on your fitness program that you were going to sell, you would be watching me for tactics, not for escapism.
Fuck, man. You're a wizard, man.
Trying. Appreciate you, bro. Talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Feeling it, man. This fucking show. Dustin.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have to figure out how to continue this show post-COVID, right? Like.
I've been thinking about it.
This is the best content I've ever put out, right?
For sure.
Like Wine Library TV, iconic, very origin story. You know, Ask GaryVee show, pretty epic. Was the transition to this new version of me.
Mm-hmm.
DailyVee was such an incredible new concept. It created the D-Rock phenomenon, straight up. That's like a true legacy. Nobody was following anybody with camera before.
Yeah.
But this.
It's truly helping people.
Yeah. Like, that's such a good point. Like, I feel like before I was at a 9, and I feel like this is a 10. Yeah. But what I'm worried about is, how do I, my day-to-day life, like I'm going to have to really work on myself to feel safe. Because what's happening here, it's more about me. I don't feel anxious about the time frame. Whereas when I do Ask GaryVee or the podcast, I know they have to be out, I have to be out. I've got to maybe it is the morning. Maybe there's you know what's funny? You know how I always said we have to do these things at night because then I go home on the back end?
Mm-hmm.
I almost wonder if the morning's better because I know subconsciously I have my whole day to catch up on anything that got fucked up. That just hit me. I don't know.
Yeah, if that makes sense to you, then.
Plus,
sense.
I could start at least a $50 million direct-to-consumer tea business on the back of this, too. Speaking of which, WineText. Get in there, Dustin. WineText.com. It is time for my daily commercial for my dad's WineText.com. 2 days ago, a lot of people signed up. Yeah, the last time I did this, not as many, so I'm very disappointed. So I'm going to go hard because I don't want Brandon to make fun of me that nobody signed up from tea. This is very simple. If you buy wine at all, more than 2 times a month, simple, this is the simple thing. If you drink a bottle of wine more than 2 times a month, please go sign up to WineText right now. It is literally the single best service in the industry right now. It takes 2 minutes to sign up, 2 seconds to order. You literally get a text every day with a deal. Today's this insane $25 Zinfandel, $15, $16. Like there was an $80 yesterday was a $43 cab that we sold for $19 and change. Flew out in 27 minutes. It is literally the best. It is literally the best. Please unsubscribe from your bullshit wine clubs. Please stop buying from other services, deal of the day emails. Stop going to your local stores or supermarkets. No Costco's, Trader Joe's. If I've brought you any value, it would mean the world to me if you signed up for WineText.com. If you just signed up for WineText.com, please leave a comment in here. Yes, Robin, the wines do sell out fast. And if you're not a wine drinker, just take a 1-second pause and take WineText.com and post it in your Facebook post or your Facebook post especially, or Twitter. It would mean a lot to me. Mindy, there is free shipping on 12 bottle orders, but it's $6 flat. So if you order 6 bottles, it's $1 a bottle shipping, or if you order 3 bottles, it's just $2 a bottle shipping. And when you're having the savings that we're putting in, these are ridiculous deals. We got 5 full-time people just trying to get the best deals. It is remarkable. It is the best. There's a bunch of deal of the day email services and apps and email newsletters from good wine stores. I'm telling you, this is 100 times better. Please add it to your repertoire. It would mean the absolute world to me. Thank you, Michelle, for signing up. Thank you, Ross. It is ridiculous wine. It's been huge. Means a lot to me. So, all right, let's keep going. Eli, not a lot of kosher wines, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. Cole, what's good?
This is crazy. You, Warren Buffett, and my dad are like my go-to guys right here.
I appreciate that. That's
I'll
good
actually
company.
get my dad to sign up for you because he drinks like 2 glasses of wine like every night, every day.
Cole, I want your fucking dad on Wine Text. That is a huge requirement.
I'll get him on for you.
What state do you live in?
I'm on Long Island, so New York.
Beautiful. He's in.
Yeah.
Tell him he's getting ripped off and he needs to be on Wine Text. Go ahead.
I got you.
I trust you.
So I have a lot of passions and strong interests. Like I've always loved investing in stocks, cryptocurrency. Recently I just got like my drone license. I was going to work this summer for my bartender who started like a real estate, like you fly drones around and you take pictures of the houses and stuff. I just signed up for a drop shipping Shopify course, which to be honest, like I've learned more from that than a full year of college this year. So it's like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh, it's a bad thing, brother.
It's a bad thing? Yeah.
It's a very bad thing because you or your parents or the state paid for that college education.
Yeah.
It's a bad thing. Education's the greatest thing on earth. Being educated, being more woke, being more thoughtful, spiritually, informationally, it's the greatest thing on earth.
Yeah, the current Shopify course was like, it was like $300 and I've learned more, like way more from that than a year of college. But
but the way we currently package education in America and how we charge and how we don't let people, but we literally let people run scams and file bankruptcy and get it off the debt. And when we don't let people get their college tuition off their debt on bankruptcy, it is the literal fucking racket.
Yeah.
Now, for 23 to 37% of people today in the medical field, legal, it still is a complete requirement, that piece of paper, but fuck me. It's broken, bro.
Yeah, it definitely is. Then like I started up a TikTok. I'm doing like this Chinese like yo-yo thing, which I've never seen. Like no one's doing that on TikTok, obviously.
You're a creative kid. I like it. Keep going. What can I answer for you?
So my question is just like, I feel like I'm kind of all over the map with everything. Like, should I like double down on one thing and like get rid of something else?
No, let me rephrase. Everyone's different, but based on what I'm hearing, no, I'll tell you why. It's a huge advantage at this young of an age to taste a lot of things.
Okay, yeah, I definitely love like just trying new
stuff. Keep going, bro. I still do it.
Yeah.
I have empathy. Vayner X is now crazy. It's not just VaynerMedia. It's the Sasha Group for small businesses. It's the Gallery Media Group, 1:37 p.m. in Pure Wow for publishing. There's Vayner Speaking. I have a speaking bureau. We have Tracer, a business intelligence, data, media, analyzation SaaS business. We have something we're announcing next week that's very close to what you're talking about with drop shipping. So, it's something that I love doing all these different things. Some people are just that creative and operational. Some people have a lot of things and don't operate any of them, right? So there's this great saying in the NFL, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none, right? Yeah. So I think about that in business. I'm able to focus on one core thing, VaynerMedia, which then allows me to have the GaryVee brand. It allows me to have all the VaynerX companies. It allows me to have empathy. It allows me to help my dad with Wine Text. It allows me to staff 50 people against the All-In Challenge. By the way, have you seen the All-In Challenge yet?
Yes, it's amazing. It's one. You came up with that all by yourself?
Like, no, actually, Michael Rubin, the founder of Fanatics, which is an incredible e-commerce, and he's an amazing entrepreneur. He came up with the idea. He brought in his friend Alan Tisch to do it with him. A couple days later, they're like, "Fuck, we need to explode this. Let's bring in Gary." But we've done a lot of the marketing, and I've gotten a lot of the auctions for it.
That's such a good idea. Like,
dude, you need to buy a couple.
A better way to raise money in my life.
Dude, the raffle tickets are $10. Some of that stuff you need to put $40 into that and try to win a lottery ticket. Anyway, yeah, bro, I think you keep tasting based on what I'm hearing.
All right, so just dabble with like.
You want to honestly know? If I was your older brother, I'd actually say to you, "Yo, bro, do 3 more things."
Okay.
Like
I'll definitely, and I'm just stuck in my house. Like I can't do anything, so there's nothing better to do than
nothing better.
Take the Shopify courses and learn stuff.
Learn how to do content on LinkedIn. That's a little fun fact. Play with that.
All right.
Get into that rabbit hole. All right, brother.
And then,
go ahead.
My other thing was like, you always talk about like loving the game, which I definitely do. Like I love doing all the stuff, but I also like love money too. Like not to spend money. Like I just love saving money.
That's good, man. That means Cole, you're going to be successful. It is very likely that if you love the idea of amassing money and you love being creative and like the grind, you've been gifted with some real DNA. Like that's good. Like there's nothing wrong with amassing and saving money. Using money to buy things to hide behind your actual unhappiness, that's what I'm concerned about. You saving money, people buying a Lamborghini because they actually know what that is like and they love that feeling and they're not using it to front and they can afford it, the greatest thing in the world. Somebody buying a Lamborghini on credit they can't afford because they want to get the girl and they think they need that, or they got picked on, or like they actually don't like themselves because their parents did a bad job. That's what I'm trying to fight against.
Gotcha.
Got it?
I actually, the last thing, you don't have to watch it, but there's like a new trend on TikTok or whatever. It's like, how's my form or whatever at the end, where you're supposed to like target like a specific like group of people or person. So I made one about you.
I love it.
So if
Hit
the
up
viewers
Justin.
want to watch it or anything.
Yeah. What's your TikTok account?
It's Cole and then Cornell, no spaces, just spell
Straight
like
Cole?
COLE, Cornell, like the college, two L's.
That's the other thing, man. You have like a epic name. You're like set, Cole. Like Cole Cornell is like a proper fucking name for success.
Thank you.
Cole, focus on happiness. All the other shit you were gifted. I'm telling you.
All right. Awesome.
Just focus on happiness, bro. Stay quiet in your head. That's how it gets good.
Thank you so much.
All right, brother.
This was awesome.
You got it, Cole. Good show so far. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Gary.
How are you?
Gosh. I was just listening to you this morning.
Thank you.
On and my let.
Oh, yes.
I kind of heard about you. Yeah,
Yes.
I got up this morning. I knew I was going to be on. I was supposed to be on yesterday, and I'm like, all right. I'm just like listening to
how'd you
all
like
the time,
how'd you
and
like
I'm
that episode?
I haven't listened to all of it. I'm about 40 minutes in. It's amazing. Just thank you. I'm just so honored. Like, I'm getting all emotional, but I heard the reason I called, for one, is just to thank you for everything you're doing. Second, you had Dr. Mark Hyman on your show a while ago, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that's me. I'm like the female version of him, just like, trying to tell people, you got to take care of your health, man. That's like everything, because without this, it's just like you can't do anything in life. And like right now, I feel like it's like the perfect time that like my business should be thriving. I love what I do. I've gone out and I've done the speaking thing. I worked for a nutrition company, actually going out speaking, giving free seminars. I do all that. I do ebooks. I have YouTube videos telling people how to do things. I'm doing the jab and just giving. I'm like, why am I not thriving?
Thriving financially?
Yeah.
Are you asking for money?
Oh yeah. I have a practice, and I mean, right now I've been doing a lot of video chats.
Do you think you're good at the ask, or does it come easier for you to do the give?
It doesn't come easy.
Yeah. Listen, it's super funny. Did you ever read my book, Jab, 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 Right Hook?
I haven't. I've heard a lot about it.
Okay.
But
Dustin, as soon as this is over, connect with Linda and send her a copy. Let's get my publisher to send her a copy of Jab, 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 Right Hook. Awesome. So Linda, I'm going to send you a copy. You're welcome. I want you to read it. It's funny. When I wrote it, and the concept for everybody who doesn't know, because I wrote it several years ago, 7 or 8 years ago now, I think, it's, give, and then ask. Right? Mm-hmm. Too many people at the time on the internet were just asking. Everything was sell. Sign up for my course. Sign up for my Zoom. Sign up for my, lesson, my coaching. And it was disgusting, and it was just not working. And I was like, fuck, I got to help the world. I'm going to tell them how I'm doing it, which is give, and then ask. So for example, you just saw, and you've been watching maybe T, like I'm really asking people to sign up for my dad's wine tech service because I love my dad a lot, and it's really a good service, and I really am happy about it. It works for both ends. Like anybody who buys wine is going to save money and get better wine, and my dad's going to be pumped. You would be shocked, Linda, how many people are watching right now buy wine all the time and still have not signed up and have gotten ungodly amounts of value from me. Right now they're watching, and literally that just hit them right in their chest.
Yeah.
Because like, fuck, really, I really didn't take the 2 minutes to sign up and do this. Like, that's true. So it's You have to understand, it's not take when you give, it's ask.
Mm-hmm.
Couple things. When I wrote it, I thought I was doing it for all the people that were just spamming all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What I realized when I got the feedback was the people that got the most out of it were you, the people that weren't good at asking. Because when they asked, they were half pregnant. They weren't with conviction, they weren't straight, and they weren't like, it was just like convoluted because it didn't come easy to them.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that too, because it's like, I feel like, I was telling my husband yesterday, I'm like, I feel like I'm the GaryVee when it comes to like health and wellness, you know, because it's just like if somebody comes in and they have an issue, I'll look at their blood work. They've been to all these doctors and it's like, bam, 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 bam. I figure things out. I'm like, okay, it's this is what we're going to do. And everything I do is natural and drugless. So it's just like, I feel like, man, I am so good at this. I should have like tons of, you know.
Well, how do you ask?
Clients.
Do you have a big email list? Do you have a big email list? Do you have a big social
Not
following?
really. I mean, maybe 1,500. Like I said, I have videos, but I mean, I have maybe.
How do you ask? On a post? Like, how do you go in for the ask? How do you do it?
No, usually like I do a free, like I give away free ebooks, but I also have on my website, like a free 15-minute phone consult just to see if I can help them.
And how does that work?
Then
do you get a lot of 15s?
Yes and no. And maybe 90% are conversion, but lately I haven't. And usually those that do, because everything is concierge.
How many people follow you on Instagram?
Probably about 500. I don't have a lot of followers.
That's okay. How many emails do you have?
Probably about 1,500 on my list.
Okay, you should send an email today and say, I would like all of you to follow me on Instagram. I'm going to start doing a lot of Instagram lives. Here's a link to my Instagram. I want to take some of those 1,500 and add another 87 to 219 to your Instagram list. Then I want you to do a post on your Instagram that is literally black and white with your phone number. And if you have to get a Google phone number, do you know what a Google voice number is? Because you may not want to give away your actual number. But what I want you to do, you know how sometimes, Dustin, throw it up on the bottom right now, how I put out my phone number? I want you to post out on your Instagram, just a black and white with a phone number. Google how to get a Google voice number. Get a Google voice number so you don't give everybody in the world your number. But I want you to post and say, I'm giving away 15, like literally the post is your phone number, and say, please call to get a 15-minute consultation with me. Like I want you need to become a better, Linda, the reason you're not succeeding is because you're not a good salesperson.
I know that.
I know that too. And that's okay. By the way, good news. Just like I wasn't eating well and working out, and that's why I wasn't in the best shape that I could be, and it came super not natural to me. Me getting better with my health is probably the biggest accomplishment I've ever done, because it's the one accomplishment I've done that desperately did not come natural to me. It also gave me the energy to give advice even more, because now I saw that it wasn't just DNA. You need to become a way better salesperson.
You know, I think what my challenge with that is, because I've been to so many like seminars where they just sell from the stage and they have like multiple speakers.
That's fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. But guess what? That's bullshit. And I call that shit out all the time. Guess what? I've seen those too. I've been at some of those conferences and gone in there and fucking shit on everybody that was there. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's not selling. Selling is what I do. Believing in what you're selling and doing it in a nice way where you just ask, not trick them with a funnel.
Yeah.
Don't manipulate, sell.
Yeah.
Those are two very different things.
What do you, I mean, like, so, I mean, what is your definition of like that? Like, to me,
go on Instagram.
So
go on. No, selling is great when you believe in it. When I'm being serious, not to beat a dead horse. I genuinely believe right this second that anybody who buys wine in America is better off signing up for Wine Text than buying anywhere else, because I know the business so well. I know that text message buying is the best. You get a text, you hit 3, enter, and it comes to your house. It makes Amazon feel difficult. I also know that every wine that we text out is by far the best price on that wine that it's ever been sold at, and it's extremely high quality, and it's the type of wines that will expand people's palates. So the reason I'm up here pushing it so often is 90% because I love my dad blindly, but 10% because I just know it's awesome. And if you really like, the reason I think everybody should hire Sasha, the Sasha group, is because there's a lot of people watching right now that, you know, really could use it, and it would be way better than the agency or the internal team they have. The reason I don't push that as often is because that's very close to GaryVee marketing, man. And I don't want to kind of monetize my audience. And whereas the wine thing like has nothing to do with anything other than don't go to Trader Joe's or Publix or Total Wine or Bevmo and buy dumb shit. So if you actually believe the part you said up front, that you're the best at it, that you're good at it,
I'm damn good.
well, then you need to get rid of that insecurity that you're worried about how you come off because you've watched other people come off sleazy. So don't be fucking sleazy. And as a matter of fact, you're using a lot of their sleazy tactics. A free ebook, a consultation, that's meant to be a funnel.
Mm-hmm.
How about a piece of content that's just straightforward that says, you should fucking use me. I'm good at what I do. I'm $400 an hour. Like, I'm being serious. And by the way, I don't hate, by the way, on the record, I don't hate a free ebook and a consultation, but we can both agree that if you're worried about the people that are on stage that are sleazy, those are those tactics.
Yeah.
So you've already succumbed to the tactic.
Mm-hmm. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Listen, like to me, you just need to, I want to first make sure that you're actually confident in what you're selling. I mean it, in the subconscious. And then if that's not a problem, which I actually don't think it is with you based on listening to you, I just think you need to do that, or, and stick with me here, find a way to afford somebody to be the salesperson for you. That's great. There's an unbelievable amount of people watching right now. Everybody, this is her Instagram. If you're a 15-year-old, 19-year-old that you think you're great at sales and you think you can spend the month really getting to know her and then be a salesperson for her and take a 20% commission of every consultation she gets, you'll make a ton of money, she'll make a ton of money, and two people will be happy.
Wow. Yeah, I would love that. Because and one other quick question, because I've heard you say this. I really want to do a lot in my community. It's, I haven't been here. I've only been here for about 5 years. And I was thinking of doing like a podcast just for our community, just on health and wellness.
Yes, you should do that. Yes, comma. I'm reading a lot of the comments. You're going to get hit up by a lot of people. I see a lot of people saying, I can help Linda. On the record, I don't want anybody talking to her that can help her by selling your $400 sales course. You can only help her of one of two ways. Free advice, because you're a good human, or you'll be compensated as a salesperson for her purely on commission. Do not hit her up if you can help her by selling your $1,500 sales course. Sorry, Linda, I just had to do that PSA.
Thank you.
Linda, you're loaded with doubt around sales. And by the way, I'm loaded with doubt around logistics. I do not trust myself to book my calendar or make sure I'm going on the right plane or make sure I'm in the right place, which is why I have admins. At first I didn't. And for years and years of my career, have admins or an admin. So it took me a long time to be able to afford it. Luckily, in sales, I'm telling you right now, you're going to hang up here and you're going to start crying because you're going to have 55 DMs on your Instagram. Do you use your Instagram enough to know where to see your direct messages?
Yes,
okay.
I do.
And I promise you, of those 55, 6 of them are going to say, I'm willing to sell your program just on commission. And one of those 6 is the right human for you. And you're both going to make a lot of money.
Thank you, Gary.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. And I did buy tickets for the All-In Challenge.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
I don't drink wine, but if I did, but
well,
I am sharing everything.
Yeah, just share it. Just share it on your Facebook. It would mean the world to me.
Yeah.
It is a great service. Awesome. Thank you.
Greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. We've got 5 minutes. Let me see how hardcore my 11 is. All right, let's sneak one more in.
Oh my God.
Alex, it's good.
It's good, man. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm here with you right now.
Here, bro. Where are you from?
I'm from California, West Coast represent. I couldn't sleep today, this morning. Like, I woke up at like 3 a.m. because I was just so nervous and anxious and just getting to be here. Like, you're my lifesaver, man. Like,
thank you, bro.
I'm trying really hard not to be emotional too, but like, I ran away from home when I was 17, and like, I look up to people like you, and
thank you.
And I'm here,
I'm proud of you.
living by myself. Even though I'm not making a lot of money,
you're happier.
Yeah, I'm happier. Like, my money's shit, but like I love what I'm, you know, my passion. Like
brother,
I love dancing, and
you
know, I love it. Yeah, I'm just living a happy life right now.
That's right. You're winning. Yeah. And you can afford and you can afford a $35 bullshit Jordan hat, so you're living. No, I hate that man. Like respect to the GOAT. I know who he is and I know what he means. Anyway,
thank you.
What can I answer for you?
Honestly, like I'm just trying to do my passion right now. Like I've been documenting like what you say, like document my stuff. Like I just put up freestyles on my Instagram, I dance. Like I kind of like put stories for Final Fantasy VII, and I'm just trying to figure out like how can I make myself, you know, really just give myself to other people, because I've been working so hard to help myself be, you know, like I've been selfish about myself and not chasing money or anything like that. And really now I just want to be able to inspire people like, hey, you don't have to really, like, you could be just happy, like, good news, at home doing what you love.
I hear so many people that they want to inspire people. Inspiring people is very easy now. It's 2020. You make videos,
right.
You put them on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat,
yeah,
and you'll inspire someone. That's inspiring people is very different than building an audience that you can monetize so that you can be self-sustaining for your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, inspiring people, you have a crazy story. You ran away from home. There's a lot underneath that. You can inspire a ton of people by telling real stories and crying on YouTube and Instagram, and you'll fucking do great stuff. I mean that, brother. You'll do great stuff, Alex. I think building a life of sustainability that makes you happy is a different story. I love that you're testing out if Final Fantasy videos can make you money. Are you good enough? I love that. I love that you're putting out beats or hip hops or things of that nature. It's so early. And as long as, like, look, as long as you're super tight with it, afford the ability to do your passion, you got a real shot. You got a real shot.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I think that's one of the things I'm struggling with as well, is because I have this vicious cycle about, okay, I hate working at a shitty job, so I'm gonna chase my passion. I fuck myself over, excuse my language, because I don't have the money to sustain myself.
Who you fucking? We're good with language, bro. So why not get a shitty job that looks one of two ways to let you do your passion? Why not get a shitty job at GameStop so that you're still in the culture of video games that might lead to serendipity, that you might meet somebody that comes in that pops off for you, or get a shitty job at like 7-Eleven where you can be on your phone all day while you're at the register because they're loose like that at this one location. Shitty jobs are amazing if you're strategic. There's two shitty jobs that everybody should get when they need to. The one that just lets you work on your phone all day, cashier, hostess, host at, you know, like small business that just doesn't give a fuck as long as you do the thing, a toll booth, you know, security guard. You see where I'm going? Or shitty job within the culture that you want. I hear Final Fantasy. I'm like, yo, go be an intern at EA. Yo, go be an intern at, you know, Activision. Yo, go work $11 an hour at fucking GameStop because a fucking YouTube influencer might come in and become your boy or your girl and fucking puts you on. Shitty jobs strategically are the fucking game and are about to become the game for the 30+ million Americans that need a fucking job. This is going to be maybe an important clip for me. There's a shitty job strategy that's going to really matter. And I just laid it out. They're one of two ways. In the game that you want to be in, so that serendipity comes, or so loose that you can fucking build your life here while you're getting your $9 an hour. Shitty job strategy, bro. Shitty job strategy. You see what I'm going?
Yeah.
Be
like
smart
right now,
with your shitty job.
yeah, right now, I just recently got hired onto Goodwill. But because the Corona, like I only worked there for 1 day, and now I'm quarantined and I'm on unpaid furlough. So
that's amazing.
I'm just trying.
You got lucky, bro. You snuck that.
Yeah,
in.
I got fucking lucky. Oh my god. I mean, I'm lucky right now.
Bro. No, everyone's lucky, but you fucking on the job front, you fucking gratitude the fuck out of that.
Honestly, I feel so fucking lucky because I'm grateful that my rent, I pay only $400 for rent. Like I have amazing landlord. Like he forgave my rent for this month because of what the hell's going on and all this shit. Like we have a really great relationship, and I'm just so grateful. Like I've been through so much shit. And I'm just so happy that I'm at a good spot where I can actually start the life that I want to be, like the person that I want.
You're gonna be. You already did the hardest part. Running away is impossible. That's a mental battle. It's easy to pack your shit and walk out the door. That mental warfare is incredible. You have so much strength.
Thank you.
I admire you so much.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. Now, if you sell that Jordan hat on Facebook Marketplace for $26, I'll have even more.
You know, I'll talk to my.
Go ahead.
I'll talk to my landlord. It's funny because I also did some thrift store stuff too. I remember going down to Irvine, or like at another Goodwill before I worked at Goodwill. And like I bought like, dude, this was the craziest story. All right. I bought a rocket raccoon, and like I got it for $2 at a Goodwill.
A stuffed animal one?
Yeah, stuffed animal rocket raccoon.
Yep.
And I sold that shit for $30 because it was selling like hotcakes for $32 on eBay.
Alex, I gave you the shitty job strategy. The greatest strategy, in my opinion, is Goodwill, garage sales, flea markets, flip life. I can't explain enough to people that make minimum wage how they'll make more money and have more fun doing the flip life.
Right. I think the hardest part for me is my car, because my car has sentimental value.
Bro, have humility. Get on the bus and go to Goodwill, and then get on the bus again. When my mom came to this country, we used to walk. Mom, how far was fucking Kmart from the house? Oh, she's in her headphones. Here she comes. There's a delay. Watch this.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to wait for my mom. She's watching over there in the corner. Mom, how far did we walk to Kmart when we came to America? We used to walk 5 fucking miles to Kmart and back.
Damn.
Because there was no fucking choice, because we didn't have a car. And because my mom needed to, and by the way, I was fucking lazy. I didn't like that walk. I used to jump on my mom's shoulders. She had to drag my ass. My little sister was younger. She was cool, but like I couldn't do it. So like, you know?
Yeah. Like
5 miles. Like, why can't you? Of course it sounds crazy, but when your time ain't worth shit, when your alternative is getting $7, $12, $9, how much you getting paid at Goodwill? Break it down for me.
$13
right.
at Goodwill.
When you're fucking getting paid $13 pre, you know, all the shit that comes out of it, you know, like your time's not worth that much. All of a sudden, walking 2 hours doesn't seem so crazy, and definitely taking a bus doesn't seem crazy.
Yeah, I've taken the bus.
You know what else doesn't sound crazy? Making a social media post saying, "Yo, does anybody have a car that's willing to drive me around? I'll pay for your gas, and I'll give you 5% of what I sell." Oh. Now we've got fucking ideas that flip the switch. People always got an excuse. I've always got a fucking answer. The answer is humility and creativity.
Okay. Gotcha.
Or Thank you make a trade. Yo, I will teach you. Anybody got a car that anybody out there got a shitty job that with a car? I'll teach you the flip life. You drive me around. You see where I'm going? Now you got a friend. It's fucking offense, optimism, humility, creativity. These are the fucking games.
That's what I think. I need to be more optimistic about my life then.
Yeah, because like the reason I like using acronyms like I'm going to call it the choo-choo theory, right? Creativity, humility, optimism, offense. Creativity, humility, optimism, offense. Choo-choo, motherfucker.
Definitely, I agree with that. So I'll do my very best to look
get
at
on that train, Alex.
Yeah.
I love you, brother.
Thank you
so
appreciate
much.
it, Gary. Thank you.
I'm killing it with the acronyms. Give me something for that one, Dustin. That was fucking on the fly quick. I know you fucking love the choo-choo theory, bro. I could see the Instagram post already with the default fucking train emoji. I fucking got this. Choo-choo, motherfucker.
Yep.
People can do this, bro. People can do this. Thank you all for watching so much. The All-In Challenge. I've got a crazy offer on the All-In Challenge. $10 raffle tickets. You can buy a 20-pack for $100, so it's $5 raffle tickets. And I'm giving away something crazy. I'm giving away this. I am giving away the ultimate GaryVee experience. How should that go? Okay. Over the last week or so, I've been jamming with my friend Michael Rubin and helping out on this All-In Challenge that I am accepting right now. But allinchallenge.com, please go there. We are challenging some of the greatest artists, entertainers, athletes in the world to provide a ridiculous all-time experience or one of their most iconic items in their collection to help raise money, to help feed the hungry during this ridiculous time. And so now I have to put up my auction. So my auction, the ultimate GaryVee experience. Here we go. I'm going to go off the top of the head. And you can go on allinchallenge.com to go bid on this. I am giving away, you get to, in the course of a year, you will go garage sailing with me and film Trash Talk. Also, you can get a workout with me and Mike Vacanti. So I know a lot of you pay attention to that part of my world. Also, we're going to go to Wine Library and do a $25,000 shopping spree. That's right. I'm going to pay my dad. Well, I'm going to donate. We're going to pay my dad $25,000. So $25,000 shopping spree at Wine Library. I will walk through the whole store with you, tell you the war stories, and you'll buy a bunch of wine, beer, liquor, whatever you want, food. We are going to go to a Jets game together. You're going to tailgate with me. I never do this. When I give away Jets tickets, I never let the person sit with me. So you will sit with me during the Jets game. I won't talk to you during the game. I'm completely focused, but you'll get that. So the ultimate Jets experience, tailgate, full game with me as well. Also, I'm going to give you 1 week play at VaynerMedia. So this is for you and a +1, by the way. So the 2 tickets, we'll do some +1s, we'll do some just me and you, depending on what it is. 1 full week at VaynerMedia, getting consulting and business advice from Team GaryVee and me for the entire week, hanging out in the pit where the show's done. You're going to be a guest of my podcast. We're going to do a wine dinner for you and 7 of your friends at Hunt and Fish Club in New York City. And I'm going to fly you, all paid, +1, to 3 of my keynotes. And we'll work on those details. The ultimate GaryVee experience. I hope you bid on it. I hope you get involved. I hope we raise a lot of money to help people that need it. Also, what's so fun about the All In Challenge is you get to challenge people to be in it. I am going to challenge all the Vayner Sports athletes. I expect you in there, so that is number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go with, you know what? Timbaland, the super producer who's completely lighting up Instagram. Timbaland, the super producer, I'm calling you out. And finally, I got one. The Undertaker, one of the great wrestlers of all time. Please join the challenge. Everybody go to allinchallenge.com. Please support this. The experiences are going to be nuts. We've been working, bleeding out of the eyeballs for the last week, putting this all together. You're going to be blown away what you're about to see on social media. #AllinChallenge. Please check it out. And please go to your favorite celebrities, athletes, and entertainers and leave #AllinChallenge to get them involved. The All In Challenge. Please take it.